I hope that it has assigned into my account. Well, I hear you really nice and clear, so I think we're good to go.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay, we're live. Yes, we are.
Yay.
Hi, everyone. Um, Welcome to Eye of Karina TV. I'm your host, Karina, and on this channel, we talk about astrology, spirituality, esoteric themes. Sorry, I got my volume up. Okay, esoteric themes, and I'm excited to introduce this idea, this concept. It is not a brand new theory, though. It's really just based off of the mind body connection and making that really emphasized on this channel. So, how I'm going to do that is by calling it this thing called the God Isis series. And it does have a lot of symbology in the name. And so I'll dissect that down later in the series. But today I wanted to just introduce you guys to my dear friend and guest who will be joining me on this conversation. Tanisha, could you tell us about yourself and what you do and let everyone know what you're passionate about?
Yeah. Yes. Hi. Thank you for the invite. Really excited to be here and happy Friday or happy Venus Day.
Yes.
Um, so my name is Tanisha and I started up a business and it's called Mama C House of Healing Network. And within it, I guess I call myself a spiritual guidess. I like guidance. It's like more feminine, kind of reminds me of like goddess. Um, I I'm I channel the goddesses, mostly Oshun, Freya from the Norse tradition, because I do have Germanic blood heritage within me, and and so I do respect that, and also Ishtar, and so because of my connection with the goddesses, um, they introduced me to the mind and body connection. So I guess I like to call myself a mind and body goddess as well, mostly with the feminine body within us and how we carry so much ancestral trauma. And we have collective trauma, and then we have our own individual trauma. And those three traumas, a lot of people don't talk about. And based off of our conversations, we live in a society where we always think about it's the mind, but we have this whole beautiful vehicle that we're in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've actually, as an artist, also, I've actually really tapped into making that more important when I speak up about being a Black woman because, or woman of color, melanated woman, it's really important to understand that experience and to let the world know it from this aspect because I feel like there's a stereotype around, us. So I feel like this is a chance for us to speak on a more universal level, but with the language of our spirituality. And so, we're open for all walks of beliefs to also come through and join us on this talk. Okay. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the God Isis concept. And it's basically a journey that I've gone through because I actually got very sick. Yes, I did catch COVID. Dun, dun, dun. And it actually showed me a lot about my relation to my astrology chart because of what I needed to do when it comes to surrendering and learning the principles of humility, understanding that it was really time for me to shift and where I want to go if I want to be happy. And that has been the goal for me. So I think that maybe that's the assumption that I make when I create the series is that we are here to try to find that peace, to try to find that happiness. So
Mhm.
let me know if down in the comments or if you're watching the replay, if that's something that you're about because that's why we're talking about it here. Happiness, peace. Um, where I believe that true genuine attraction lies in the things that we want, you know. And when we're in this space of being, having a foundation or having a core, having a heart of happiness, that what we want comes even easier, comes even faster, even if, in my dreams and fantasies. So I'm thinking that this is actually a good work for everyone to consider. And of course, it's also something that integrates with any sort of belief set. So if you are from astrology to Christianity to Muslim, whatever belief sets, Wiccan, if you wherever you come from, I believe that this applies, the mind body connection. Okay, so I wanted to talk about how the body holds memory, and how the body is actually working as like this informant. Um, and and I think especially when we look at mind and body, that the mind is kind of, the brain is the one that's dissecting and discerning things, and the body is kind of holding the memories, right? So that's where I'd like to ask Tanisha more about how you feel about this, and just explain it even more, especially on the body side.
Yes. A good example, what I was taught, I guess through the system of human design. I'm no expert, but just understanding about human design. And human design, if people don't know, it's another system that uses like astrology, the chi, we call it chakras, and they give you a body graph of your unique and specific energy body, because we're all energy, right? And we're all different, which is okay. Like we all have a unique, like it's like our DNA, right? It's specifically ours energetically. So with that, I always see that our body is really what's driving us when it makes decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the picture. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it, especially when it comes to emotions. They say like anger, like the iceberg, in the ocean, you only see like the little part of the iceberg, and then on the bottom it's like way bigger. And for me, that's how I see when it comes to mind and the body. So the mind's on top. We see the mind, right? Like, because we're so, like I said earlier, we're our culture in the West, we're yang. Mostly, yeah, we're gang dominated. And so it's mine. Nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful. But then on the bottom, I call it the subconscious. To me, the body's the subconscious. We don't realize that our bodies, the subconscious is actually the one who's making the decisions. We think it's our mind, but it's really not. And neuroscientists, this is like proven through science, that it's the subconscious that's making decisions. So case in point, earlier this week, I went to the ER. I was having horrible arm issues on my right side. And the doctor said that I had elbow, what was it called? Elbow something. I'm so sorry. My mama brain. And but basically it's like I strained my elbow. So I had a sling, I had to cover it up, wrap it up. And I was like this for most of the whole week, and I couldn't do anything. I felt like I was paralyzed. And I'm a stay-at-home mom too, and I work from home. And we have 4 children. I'm pregnant again. I'm like, what is going on? So then I was like, oh, my body's telling me something. Like my brain is like, oh, you're okay. It just hurts. But it's like, no, my body is telling me something. What is my body telling me? So esoterically, it was speaking to me. My right-hand side is mostly known for yang. So that means masculine energy. I'm overusing my masculine energy. And there's some tension and issues between my partner. And there is. And because I'm not voicing it, because the elbow is connected to the arm, and the arm is ruled by Gemini. So through the whole Mars and Gemini transit, it went over my 12th house. And so everything that I was suppressing inside my body was like, okay, you're not going to voice it. Then we're going to voice it how we are going to voice it. And it's going through body aches. I literally could not move. And so I had to sit and really talk to my body. I had to release all the energy that I was suppressing, like through tears, through having heart to heart conversations. And I kid you not, the next day, the pain went away. Kid you not. No meds, no nothing.
Wow.
And like, I'm noticing that about myself with like the woman, the feminine energy around me that I speak with, or the women that I do talk and help. Like our bodies are just, they're screaming at us because they hold so much. And now scientists are even proving that for us women, it's our wombs, mostly our wombs, like our head, our mind is in our wombs. And it's also our heart. Because I was learning about my arm, my elbow is connected to your heart and to your colon. So the colon is about letting go, right? Because you release, what you eat. So I had to release stuff that I was, like I said, suppressing. And my heart was heavy. I was not forgiving. I was keeping tabs. I was keeping score. Like my mood's in Scorpio. So I was in my low vibe Scorpio energy. It's like, no, you did me dirty. So blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold it in my body. And it was literally, hurting me.
Yeah.
And so with our bodies, we had to remember, as above, so below. The earth is what? They said 75 to 78% water, right? The earth. So our bodies are the exact percentage when it comes to water. We have, give or take 78 to 80% water. So we're just like Mother Earth. So I don't know. Okay, like I said, I have 4 young children, another one on the way. We are movie heads, especially Disney. And Frozen 2 is like one of our favorites. So I don't know if anybody's seen it, but Frozen 2, the little, I forgot his name, I'm sorry, but it was the little snowman. He kept talking about water. Water holds memory. Water holds memory. And it was like this huge concept about it. And then that's basically how they were able to heal their nation, because they had to go to the subconscious, which I felt was the body, and get the memories out of the water so they can heal what their ancestors did wrong, right? So that was light bulb moment for me. Our bodies are water. Water holds memory. That's why there's the scientists who said like our words are so powerful, right? Words are vibration, words are energy. So when you were speaking to water, it like changes the whole molecule structure, right? That is an example of our bodies. So it was just like, wow, if our bodies are so easily manipulated, if you want to say that term, that we have to heal, our bodies, because you could focus on the mind and do all this they call it cognitive behavior therapy, but they're showing it's like they're not having successful rates. So now they're doing mind and body integration. So
So beautiful. I know of one manifestation that I've tried before, which is you speak into a glass of water, like affirmations, and then you drink it. And yeah, I found that to be very powerful because it's
wow.
like the vibration of sound, right? And how you are saying certain, like the letters and I believe it's called phonetic, like the sound and vibration of the vowels are deeply rooted and connected to the chakras. They're deeply rooted and connected to so many things. So it's, words aren't cheap. I think there's a saying that says that as well.
Yes.
So yeah, so how you speak and how you talk and vibrate, actually it's almost like it goes back into you. Um, and I was actually saying yesterday, I believe I was saying yesterday that there is this thing where we're looking at the world, right? And I've always felt like very threatened. And so when I started to realize that everything is threatening me, I just realized that like my body has been responding, like you say, to the memories, to the past, but it's like the past is not the past, you know, it's right now, it's happening right now, almost as if you're going through that traumatic experience in the same exact way you did. And so I think that that's where we get, you know, certain expressions like anger and excitement, even as real as psychosis and things like that, because of how um, clear the body remembers these things, right? So, oh, I did my sound go off because I can't.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me? Okay, okay,
Yeah.
great. So yeah, so I just felt like, you know, just supporting that idea. And
Mhm.
what I really want to focus on with God, with the God Isis right now series and focusing is the mind and how the mind tries to control the body and force the
Mhm.
body in a certain direction. And I think that that happens when you are mind dominant.
Mhm.
So understanding like, okay, well, what is the use of my brain and what is it here for me to do? And
Mhm.
understanding that there is another part that um, is almost like chaos. It's very feminine. It's the
Yes.
creative part. It's also trying to intermingle with both sides, and the integration is very difficult sometimes for us as humans because we believe everything that our
Mhm.
mind is telling us. And so that's part of the focus that I'll be working on is discerning your thoughts and standing what I call standing on the bridge and looking at your thoughts. And you could see the ones where you're telling yourself, I'm going to do this today. But then, you know, you may experience something, a trigger, and there's all kinds of thoughts that you didn't will to happen. So that's kind of this idea that I want to go with on God Isis talk, which is standing on the bridge, which means being in the middle or just being in that space of awareness of your thoughts. Um, and yeah, so I'm really excited. Um, we'll be inviting even more people on, and we're gonna have, you know, I would love to build this into a sisters circle where we can, you know, pull from everyone's wisdom. And I'm really grateful to have you here, Tanisha,
Thank you.
on this crazy road because, you know, I'm a little wacko. I do have a moon in Gemini, and it's hard to keep up. Uh, um, but I'm excited to have your insight as well. And we're going to talk more about this mind body connection and the body's memory and even more things in the next episode. So thank you everyone for joining us for today, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good day.